Hi, I'm from Korea. This is what Koreans pack for a picnic. One of the best things about gimbap is that you can use almost any ingredient you like. Today, I'm making classic tuna and cheese gimbap. Today, we will need eggs, cucumbers, carrot, canned tuna, cheese, spinach, crab sticks, pickled radish. Burdock roots is completely optional. My mom never uses it, but I had some in my fridge, so I'm using it today. Ham, sesame oil, sesame seeds, salt, and roasted seaweed stitch for gimbap. When I was little, my mom always made gimbap with just 4 fillings: eggs, crab sticks, pickled radish, and ham. Gimbap is made with seaweed and rice, so the filling can change but delicious. Let's start preparing the ingredients. Cut the carrots into thin strips so they fit neatly inside the gimbap and make it easier to roll. You should cook them in a pan. Once they start to soften, add a little salt and cook until they are just tender. You can leave the seeds if you like, but I like to remove them because cucumbers contain a lot of water. This helps keep the gimbap from getting soggy. Then, cut the cucumbers into thin strips about the same size as the carrot. Bring a pot of water to boil and add a pinch of salt. Then, cook the spinach for 30 to 40 seconds. Be careful not to overcook it or it will become too soft. Drain the spinach and rinse it under water and squeeze out as much water as you can. Finally, season it with a little salt and sesame oil. Then, mix it well. Add some salt to the eggs and beat them well. Make sure they are well mixed. It will make them easier to cook. Pour just enough egg mixture into the pan to make a thin layer. Once it's cooked on one side, carefully flip it over. Just like this. Perfect, right? Let the eggs cool for a bit before cutting them. If you cut them while they're still hot, they can easily fall apart. Cut them into long strips about the same size as a carrot. Now it's tuna's turn. Mix it with mayonnaise, sugar, and vinegar. No vinegar? Lemon juice works too. I will leave the exact recipe in the pinned comment. Here's a little tip. This seasoned tuna is so good with a bowl of warm rice. If you have some cooked bacon, chop it up and mix it with the rice too. Trust me, it's amazing. Cut the ham into long strips, then cook it in a pan until lightly browned. Season the rice with salt, sesame seeds, and sesame oil, then mix well. Once everything is mixed, be sure to taste the rice. Well-seasoned rice is the key to delicious gimbap. It's the most important step, so don't skip it. If it tastes bland, add a little more salt. As for the sesame oil, just add enough to help the rice mix together without becoming sticky. Don't add too much sesame oil. Just enough to coat the rice is perfect. Everything is ready. Here's another little tip. Gimbap seaweed has 2 sides. One side is rough and dull, and the other is smooth and shiny. Spread the rice on the rough side. It helps the rice stick better. Let's start with the classic gimbap. Wet your fingertips with a little water so the rice doesn't stick to your hands. Spread the rice evenly over about 2/3 of seaweed. Keep the layer thin or the gimbap will be hard to roll. Now, add all the fillings except the tuna and cheese. Arrange them neatly in the center. Don't overfill it, or it might burst while rolling. Roll the gimbap toward yourself, pressing firmly as you go. Put a little water along the edge of the seaweed to help seal the roll. The key is to keep it nice and tight. It might be difficult at first, but after roll a few, you will get the hang of it. If a full-size gimbap feels intimidating, cut the seaweed sheet in half and start with short gimbap instead. Next, I'm going to make cheese gimbap. Place the cheese on top of the rice first, then add the rest of fillings just like we did with the classic gimbap. Now, roll it up. As you roll, gently tuck the fillings in with your fingers. This helps keep everything in place and makes the roll nice and tight. Finally, let's make tuna gimbap. It's just like classic gimbap, but with seasoned tuna added. I usually make cheese gimbap and tuna gimbap separately, but you can also add both cheese and tuna to make tuna cheese gimbap. Press firmly, keep it nice and tight. Now, let's slice the gimbap. Here's one last tip. Wet your knife with a little water before slicing. It helps prevent the rice from sticking to the knife and gives you nice, clean slices. That's it. Remember, there's no perfect gimbap. Just use what you have and make it your own. If you make it, I'd love to hear how it turned out. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.